Imagine waking up one day not as the person you were in your youth, but as someone who has weathered decades of change, challenges, and triumphs. You're not defined by what you've lost, but by the strength you've gained. It's a quiet power that comes only with age. Today we're diving into the hidden strengths you gain in old age, the ones that can transform your life in ways you never imagined. So, let's start with one of the most powerful gifts: resilience. 1. Resilience, the power to bounce back stronger. As we grow older, life tends to throw curveballs. Illness, loss, or unexpected changes can hit harder than before. But here's the surprising part. With age comes a form of resilience that young people can only dream of. The reason? You've already been through hard times and come out the other side. When you're in your 20s or 30s, everything feels like a crisis. You're still figuring out who you are and how to deal with setbacks. But by the time you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, you've accumulated years of experience in bouncing back. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain, it's about knowing how to handle it when it comes. Older adults possess an incredible inner strength. You learn that bad days don't last forever. You start to see that failure is just another opportunity to grow. It's this mindset that allows you to weather life's toughest storms with grace and dignity. 2. Patience, the art of waiting without worrying. When you're younger, everything is urgent. You want things now. Success, happiness, and recognition feel like they should be within arm's reach. But as you age, you realize something transformative. Patience is the key to a peaceful life. With age comes the understanding that not everything can or should happen overnight. You develop a deeper connection to the present moment, allowing you to savor life instead of rushing through it. You no longer feel the pressure to achieve everything in your 30s or 40s. You've learned that good things come in time. The beauty of this patience is that it gives you peace of mind, no longer chasing after the next big thing, but allowing life to unfold naturally. This strength is incredibly freeing. You learn to trust that the right things will come at the right time, without the need for force or anxiety. 3. Emotional stability, a deep well of calm. By the time you're in your later years, you've likely experienced more emotional ups and downs than you ever thought possible. The death of loved ones, financial struggles, or personal disappointments have tested your limits. But through it all, you've developed an emotional stability that comes with age. You've learned that not every emotion needs to be acted upon. Younger people often feel overwhelmed by their emotions, driven by the need to react quickly. But in old age, there's a clarity and calmness in the face of turmoil. You've learned how to manage your emotions, allowing you to make better decisions and maintain your peace even in chaotic situations. This emotional strength doesn't come from suppressing feelings. It comes from understanding them, accepting them, and using them as tools for growth. You can sit with your emotions and let them pass without letting them dictate your actions. This wisdom is one of the hidden treasures that aging brings, a strength that can't be bought, only earned. You've been through enough to know that life isn't a race. It's a journey. And with each passing year, you gain more insight into the world around you, and into yourself. Today we explore two of the most valuable strengths you only gain with age: wisdom and self-confidence. These strengths don't just help you survive, they help you thrive. 1. Wisdom, the power of perspective. As we age, our brains don't just accumulate more memories, they accumulate more understanding. Wisdom is not simply about knowing more facts, it's about seeing life through a broader lens. Over time, you start to realize that most problems, no matter how overwhelming they seem, are temporary. You've faced enough obstacles to know that challenges don't define you, they refine you. When you're young, you may feel compelled to follow others' advice, believing that the experts have all the answers. But as you grow older, you realize that the answers lie within you. The more you've lived, the more you've learned about your own strengths, your limitations, and your values. You start trusting your instincts, recognizing patterns in life that were once hidden. This gives you an unmatched sense of clarity in decision-making. Wisdom also enables you to approach life's complexities with grace. You understand that there is no one-size-fits-all solution to problems. Instead, you know that every experience, whether good or bad, contributes to the richness of your perspective. You become less judgmental and more open to others' differences, realizing that everyone's path is unique. 2. Self-confidence, the unshakable belief in yourself. Youth is often marked by self-doubt. You second-guess your choices, worry about others' opinions, and constantly try to measure up to external standards. But with age, you gain a self-confidence that is grounded in experience. By the time you're older, you've learned what you're capable of and what truly matters. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others. One of the great strengths of aging is that you begin to accept yourself as you are. You're not worried about fitting into a mold or pleasing everyone around you. This self-acceptance doesn't mean you stop growing or striving for more. It means that you've learned to embrace who you are in every moment, flaws and all. True confidence comes from within. And here's the secret. When you stop trying to impress others, you begin to attract the right people, the ones who value you for who you truly are. This shift in mindset gives you the courage to pursue your passions, take risks and live authentically. 3. Letting go of fear, the freedom of age. As you age, you realize that fear is often a product of the unknown. When you're young, every decision seems like it carries the weight of the world. You're afraid of making the wrong choice, of failing, of disappointing others. But by the time you reach your later years, something shifts. Fear no longer holds the same power over you. You've lived through enough uncertainty to know that fear is just another emotion to manage, not a force that dictates your life. You learn to separate fear from reality, understanding that fear often arises from past experiences or imagined outcomes, not actual danger. As you grow older, you become less afraid of making mistakes. You embrace the idea that mistakes are just stepping stones toward growth. This newfound courage to take risks is incredibly liberating. You find the freedom to act based on your desires, rather than out of fear of what others might think. Whether it's traveling to a new place, starting a new hobby, or finally saying no to something that no longer serves you, you're no longer bound by the limitations of fear. In your later years, something extraordinary begins to happen. You stop chasing what doesn't matter and you start seeing the deeper beauty of life. You realize that your greatest strengths are not physical but spiritual and emotional. In this final part, we'll uncover 3 of the most profound strengths that only old age can bring: gratitude, legacy, and inner peace. 1. Gratitude, the strength of appreciation. In youth, it's easy to take life for granted. The days feel endless and there's always something more to achieve. But with age comes the powerful shift of perspective. You begin to treasure the little things: sunrise over a quiet morning, a phone call from a loved one, the laughter of grandchildren. These simple moments become treasures. This is the strength of gratitude. With age, you stop focusing on what you don't have and begin to cherish what you do. Gratitude has been scientifically proven to boost happiness, reduce stress, and even improve health. But the deepest gratitude is not found in lists or journals, it's in the way you live. You carry gratitude in your heart, in the way you speak to others, and in the way you wake up each morning thankful for another day. It's a strength that transforms how you experience life, shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance. 2. Legacy, the strength of meaning. Another hidden strength that emerges with age is the power of legacy. By this stage in life, you realize that it's not about how much you've accumulated, but about what you've contributed. Legacy is not just about wealth or achievements, it's about the impact you've had on people's lives. Think about it: the stories you've told, the values you've passed on, the kindness you've shown, these live on long after you. That is the strength of legacy. It gives you a sense of purpose that transcends time. Even if you never became famous or wealthy, your legacy might be in the way you raised your children, supported your friends, or inspired younger generations. Each smile, each word of encouragement, each act of love becomes part of the mark you leave behind. With age, you begin to see that your life has meaning far beyond yourself. 3. Inner peace, the strength of acceptance. Perhaps the most profound hidden strength of old age is inner peace. When you're young, life feels like a constant competition, always striving, always proving. But by the time you reach your later years, you begin to understand something powerful. You don't have to fight life anymore. You can accept it. Inner peace comes from letting go of grudges, of regrets, of unrealistic expectations. You start to forgive yourself for past mistakes and you forgive others for theirs. You realize that holding on to bitterness only weighs you down. This strength of inner peace allows you to face each day with calmness, no matter what it brings. You no longer fear the unknown. You no longer cling desperately to control. Instead, you find joy in the present moment and serenity in the knowledge that you've lived fully. Final words: resilience, patience, wisdom, self-confidence, freedom from fear, gratitude, legacy, and inner peace. These are the hidden strengths of old age. They don't arrive all at once and they can't be forced. They emerge naturally through years of living, learning, and growing. So if you've ever feared aging, remember this: you're not just getting older, you're getting stronger in ways the young may never understand. Each year adds another layer to your strength, another jewel to your crown of experience. And maybe, just maybe, the greatest gift of age is this: the realization that the best parts of life are not behind you but within you.